try and do this action cam. Oh yeah. Good picture, rubbish sound. In we go. And this is what I do when you see those extra pictures at the top. It's so high tech. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome! Hope you're having a great day. So it's time to do some brewing. Now, for the past nearly 2 months, I've been trying what to do with this Tate & Lyle's black treacle. Now, there are loads of things I could do. I mean, I could try and make a rum out of it, but last time I tried to make rum using black treacle and it didn't go very well. So I'm going to fall back on something that I know is definitely going to, well, should definitely going to work. In theory, probably. So we're going to be making ginger beer. Now I'm going to be doing it a little bit different, because I can. I'm going to be using dried ginger. Now, from all the ginger beers that I've made ever, and the ones that I've tried that other people have made, I've always noticed there's been this funny taste. And up until I made the brewing with bread yeast ginger beer recipe that I did last year. It was fantastic and it was really good to drink straight away. So I'm going to be using that as a basis, but we're going to be adding in a few extra flavors. For a start, I'm going to be using some of the Tate & Lyle's black treacle. It's a lot like molasses, but it has a very slightly different taste as well. A little bit of licorice in it, which is cool. But I am going to be using honey, cheap as chips honey. This is because it just leaves a bit of excess sweetness behind, and mixed with ale yeast instead of my bread yeast, it should have a very pleasant taste. That means you can drink it within a month. And well, ginger beer is supposed to be good and tasty and lovely, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's get started. So because we're making a ginger beer and we're going to be using treacle as well as our honey and ginger, I'm not going to be using lemons. You can use any citrus fruit whatsoever. I've gone for grapefruit because it's got a bit of a bitter twang to it, and I'm hoping that with the treacle it will taste fantastic. Now I'm actually just going to be adding in the peel, not the pith, not the white bit, that's bitter. This is because this has got the most flavour to it, and I don't want to add any extra acidity to it, because, you know, I do that. So I'm just going to go through and very carefully zest. That smells good. Zest this grapefruit. So I'm not going to bore you, and I'll see once I'm done. So our grapefruit rind zest has been prepared. It smells really good. I do love grapefruit. Cut it up, dip it in sugar, really good. Otherwise it's a little bit tart, zingy. Or as people have noticed, it's a bit cheeky. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is just dump my zest in a pan. Like so. It doesn't have to be sterile because we're going to be adding boiling water to it. And let's crack this open and give it a try. I haven't opened this one, and I haven't eaten it on its own in ages. I used to eat it all the time. Tasty stuff. Even have a spoon especially. Look at that. Oh yeah, that is dark, which is going to aid for its colour, a little bit of flavour. So, cheers. Yep, it's got that kind of licoricey taste. I'm just going to lick the spoon for a bit. So spoon licking aside, we're going to add in our treacle, because it's really thick. It has the consistency of grease, pretty much. It is pretty hardcore stuff. So I'm going to be adding in 2 spoons, just ordinary, this is a dessert spoon worth ish. So check that in. This could take a minute. Come on. And another one. There we go. That should counteract that. Stuff just doesn't go anywhere. And once you're finished cleaning up, because this treacle is really sticky, we're also going to be adding in our honey right now, because we're going to be adding in our boiling water. And everyone knows honey is also a sticky substance, so let's add in our honey. So we've got a little bit of honey left in our jar, but that's okay because I can rinse it out with hot water in a minute. And now, the main ingredient is our ginger. Now I've been told that dried ginger is a lot stronger than fresh ginger. I'm not entirely sure about that. It smells good though, so we're going to use it. And I'm going to be adding roughly 3 tablespoons of dried ginger because I want this fiery. So in we go. I said roughly. 1, 2, and of course. No, not the spoon. Okay, 3. And there's also a lovely treacle and honey covered spoon. So now I'm just going to go grab the boiling water and get that ginger out my nose. Woo, it's good stuff. So I've just boiled the kettle, it's lovely and just boiled. And now got myself a spoon and I'm going to scorch the spoon and add in roughly 1.5 liters of boiling water. This will sterilize everything. And I can remove my spoon, which is also covered in treacle. Oh, that smells good. So let's just give it a stir. So since we've still got some honey to add in, I've added in a bit of water to it. Just warm water. You don't want it to smash and you don't want it to get stuck. And now we can add in the rest of the honey. Looking lovely. And it is smelling good. So now comes the steeping process. We're going to be brewing this on the ginger, of course, because I'm not going to filter it out. We will be removing the grapefruit, because leaving it for a long time, there is still some of that pith on there. That's going to make it slightly bitter, but now we're just going to leave it until this cools down, so 1.5 hours. So I will see you in about 1.5 hours. Oh, that smells good. So it's been about 1.5 hours and this has cooled down. Lovely. And we've got a beautiful mixture of flavors. It's got a bit of licorice in there. It's obviously got a sweet smell from the honey and the rest of the treacle. And it's got a little hint of the grapefruit that we added in. Just a little bit. I was expecting it to be overpowered by everything else, but hopefully it should add a little bit of extra character. There's only one way to find out, and that's to brew it. So I have got my demijohn, which has been sterilized with bleach and dish soap and then rinsed until it doesn't smell of either one of them. I've also done my funnel and a sieve just to catch the grapefruit, because we don't want to brew it. It will end up being bitter, and I don't really want bitter in there. It's got plenty to go with. So I'm just going to pour this concentrate, since I've got a spoon. Woo! It's got a bit of a kick to it. Ha, yeah. It's going to be watered down, so yeah, but it will be fermented with that lovely ginger powder. There we go. So there we go, just to remove the grapefruit, and let's pour this through. Oh. Slowly, I don't want to pour it everywhere. There we go. And I'm using my kettle since it's been sterilized, but you can just use the tap. It's just that it's easier to do it here, for me. Pour through this ginger powder. There we go. Get all the juices out. And there we go. We are all topped up, and I'm holding a kettle. So let's give it a good shake, and let's see what the hydrometer says. I'm expecting it to be somewhere around 3.5–4%. That's where I'm thinking. So let's find out. So here we go. Let us see what the hydrometer reads. My hydrometer has been sterilized and just left. in fresh water. So let's add this in. And let's just give this a minute. So our hydrometer has settled out, and it is reading 1.032 by the looks of it. Which it says here, 1.032-ish. It says it is about 5.5% currently. But some of this is infermentable sugar. And now we're going to add in our ale yeast. Now you will have noticed I didn't add any raisins or yeast nutrient or anything like that. You won't need it. That's the theory. So just sprinkle a little bit on the top. A little bit more, why not? And I'm just going to pop my cap on. And now we're just going to leave this alone, and we'll be back in about 3 weeks to bottle this up and carbonate it. Which is pretty cool. It has a beautiful colour to it. It's awesome. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out some of the other ones, and well, subscribe if you feel like it. Carry on homebrewing, guys. See you later. So I just want to take a second to thank my patrons. They're helping me grow the channel, upgrade my equipment, all of that fantastic stuff. And as a thank you to them and for future patrons, I also do 4 Patreon-only videos per month. So it's pretty handy if you want a little bit extra. So there's some other links to videos down below, and of course the Patreon and subscribe button. Don't forget to check those out. See ya.